No, we're not. I'm kidding.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Big Mike here.
Terry.
Hey, it's Sunday, so it's Sunday shout out. And we have a good one for you today.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you what, all you single guys, pull back on the reins. Don't go crazy on me, okay? Because we have one of the prettiest.
She may have got lucky. Paul's not going to be.
That's right. Paul's not going to be here. Okay, we have probably one of the prettiest anglers in all of YouTube.
Yeah.
Coming on our show today. Her name is Carrie, and her channel is Outdoor Adventures with Carrie. Guess who coined that phrase for her? No, anyway, hey, she's going to be here today. We're going to talk to her. We're going to find out what her deal is, okay? And you guys are going to get to know her if you haven't met her already. Hopefully you have.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully there's a lot of people in here who've never met her.
Yeah.
Okay,
And if
so
you
hey,
haven't, go check out her channel.
this is about growing channels. Ain't about us, even though I like to talk a lot. Okay, it ain't about us. Okay, it's about people like the Vineyard Farmhouse.
Yeah.
It's about Carrie. It's about everybody in here that's trying to make it in the YouTube world. So, hey, who we got in the chat today?
So we had Paul, but he's not going to be around because he had another commitment. Let's see. We have Joseph from Elkton, Maryland.
All right.
Hello,
Hey,
Joseph.
Joseph.
We got Robin at What the Flock.
What the flock's up in here?
We have Teresa. Hello.
Hey, Teresa.
Patricia Hunter.
All right.
The
Patricia.
Chicken.
The chicken's in here.
Tamara Brown.
Hey.
Let's see. She said she loved the barbecue quail wrapped in bacon.
I liked eating it. I ate all three of them. I was chewing on that stuff. That was some good stuff.
That video went out this morning for the Last Chance Cook-Off. Make sure you all go and watch all those videos.
There's some awesome ones out there.
A lot of videos.
Also, it's September.
It is.
And
September.
over at
Mennonite
Farmhouse, she's the whole month. She has like 31 people. Every day there's a new soup and how to make it. The recipes and channels are pumping those out too.
Yeah.
Besides the one that you were on. So that's something great to watch.
And then there's going to be another one, and now I can't remember what it was called.
But I'm telling you something. If your food is boring, okay, and you're eating the same thing on Tuesdays and chickens on Wednesdays, you need to watch these channels because there's a lot of good recipes out there.
A lot of good ideas.
Yeah.
Let's see. We have Nell. Hello, Nell.
Hey, Nell.
And Traveling Merton and Sue. Hello.
Hey, welcome.
And Brenda at Redbird Farm. And there's Lori.
Hey, Lori at LG.
LG Homestead. And let's see. She posted a video. Her ducks were dancing.
Oh.
Yeah. It was funny. Let's see. Drew's Lens.
Drew's Lens.
Hello,
our man.
Drew.
Yeah.
How
our
are you?
man in Utah right now.
How are you and Lindsay?
They were camping last night just outside of Bryce Canyon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You haven't seen Bryce Canyon? That's an
Beautiful.
awesome place.
Beautiful. There's Peter at Old Man King.
Hey, Peter.
And let's see. Got a lot of comments going.
Good. Hey, Fallen Arkansas Veterans. Charles is in here.
There's Rebecca at Touched by Yarn.
Hello, Rebecca.
And who else? Virginia Alexander.
Hey,
Hello.
Virginia. Well, there's a lot of comments going on.
There are a lot of people saying hello to each other.
That's right. That's what it's all about.
It
Family.
is. Yep.
And
Jeannie.
building your family.
There's Jeannie Lipsky
Hey, Jeannie.
and Carol Langford.
Love Truck Garage.
Hey, there's the Green Acre.
All right.
It has been a while. Where have you been?
I know.
There's our Okie Homestead Marie. How's
All
our
right.
How's our favorite turkey doing?
Not our turkey.
Well, it's her
Her
favorite
new
turkey.
Yeah.
Let's see.
That turkey never knew he was going to take a truck ride like that.
Carol Langford. She's
Hey.
starting a YouTube channel and wants to know if we have any advice. Do it.
Do it.
Just
do it now.
Do it. Be yourself.
Because you'll prolong it, and it'll be 3 months down the road and 4 months down the road. And then when you do start a channel, you're going, man, I wasted all that time debating whether to do it or not.
Yeah.
do it.
Do it.
Just go outside or stay in your house, turn on your iPhone and record something.
Yeah.
Your first video should be about you, why you started your channel, and what's the purpose of your channel, what genre you're doing, what do you want to cover. Just introduce yourself. Make sure that your videos are at least 8 minutes when you get done doing your editing and stuff like that. Okay, because you'll find out later.
Unless you're doing shorts.
Unless you just want to do shorts, but shorts in the long run,
they get you views.
they get you views. That's
But
about
not
it.
watch hours.
No watch hours. So that's my advice.
Let's see. Who else? And if you have any other questions or need anything else, you can always email us, and I'd be happy to give you any information that you need.
And that's mthomesteadok@gmail.com.
Yep.
It's in our About tab on our channel.
Yep. There's Out and About with Sam I Am.
Sam I Am. Wasn't he in that auction the other night?
Yes, he was.
Yeah, he was driving the prices up.
Yeah, I was too, but I didn't mean to. I was actually trying to get some of that stuff.
Oh, to make you some whiskey?
Well, what?
Wasn't you trying to get a fermentation?
Well, that's not for that. That's for like pickles.
My wife wants to get in the whiskey business.
No, that's totally different. Anyway, and I was trying to get Lisa's jams.
I know the truth.
Anyway,
Oh,
I don't drink.
by the
whiskey.
way, cup of the day,
Hey,
12 Stones Ranch.
Byron.
There you go. 12 Stones Ranch, custom made.
So we got Heather Hopper. Hello. Lindsay Scott. We love you too, Lindsay.
Hey, Lindsay.
Let's see. JKS.
JKS.
Black beans, turnip greens, beets, and chicken makes a great soup.
There you
That
go.
sounds good.
Tundra Jason.
The very relevant Tundra,
From
Jason.
Vegas.
Back to Country Homestead.
Hey, Jeff.
And
Betty Jean Heinzen.
there's Wendy at Hardknack Farms.
Hello, Wendy.
And Belinda Edwards.
Hello, hello.
And well, you said hi to
Hey,
Charles.
Shift Kicker.
Yeah.
He's up in here.
There's David Hood's Custom Shop.
All right.
And the chat's jumping. And
I was outside doing something, well, taking care of the animals, and I had Dave on. I wouldn't comment or nothing, but I was listening to his Coffee with Dave this morning.
Oh, there's Bobby at Petty Jean River
Hey,
Homestead.
Bobby.
And let's see. Teresa says, okay, MT, a homestead you have inspiring me. I also want to do something, but not sure what people would want to see from me or my family. Well, you just got to put yourself out there and see if it's something that people want to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever you like to do. Usually it's whatever you're passionate about.
Record everything.
Yeah. If it's something you're passionate about, people will follow you.
Yeah.
People can tell when you're happy and doing stuff that you like.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Everybody's saying hi to
Linda
Drew.
Peterson.
And I thought I said hi to Linda, but hello again.
I was probably talking.
Oh, Linda said Terry is easy for making wine. Hey, there we go. I could make some wine. I'd be happy with that. The Green Acre said advice on starting a channel. It's way more work than you might think. Don't let it steer you away, but keep in mind going into it. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. It is work. Definitely that. Let's see. Backcountry's heading up to Missouri tomorrow to get their big doors for their building.
All
They're
right.
planning to stop in the Ozarks on the way back.
All right.
Um,
Lori Carr.
The Green Acre said, yes, the channel was putting a strain on my marriage. The time commitment was taking me away from my family responsibilities. I'm still uploading, just far and few between. Family first. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely. JKS is happy with 21 subscribers.
There you go.
All right. And,
Hey, you'd be happier if it was 42.
but whatever works for you. I mean,
That's
if
right.
we got into it because we didn't know anybody.
And what I just told you
we wanted
guys
friends. No.
is what we did. We were over in Korea and Asia, traveling all over the place. While we're traveling, we should do this on YouTube. We should do this on YouTube for 5 years. And until we came to Oklahoma and we got the place we want to spend the rest of our life at, then we started it. So we wasted 5 years.
Of good travel time.
Absolutely great travel time.
We could have had all
we
kinds of
traveled
travel
all
days.
through Asia. We went to Italy, Australia, Guam, Philippines, Thailand, Jeju, which is an island off of, it's like Korea's little Hawaii.
Yeah.
But hey, that's why I say you'll kick yourself later.
Yeah.
So
if it ends up being something you don't like doing, then you can always stop. And if you do like it, then
do you like everybody else and just change your name?
Anyway.
Hey, wait a minute. I'll change my name today.
There's Lori Carr. Hi, Lori. Let's see.
But I'm going to tell you something. I'm really enjoying the morning talks.
Yeah.
Because I'm at work and I can't watch it and comment, but I can listen to it while I'm working. I just put my earbuds in and do what I'm supposed to do.
Yep.
But I'm really enjoying the morning vibe.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really enjoy it. And you never know where they're going to go that day. But hey, I just like stuff like that. So if you're thinking about doing a morning show.
Roxanne Cooking with Rocks. She finally got a video out.
She did.
So everybody needs to
go check those out.
SJB Kana Kajana. Hello.
Hello.
Let's see. All right. There's Gary, Belt Loop 29.
Hey.
And Don Ray B.
Don Ray B's in here.
And I probably missed a bunch of people because the chat jumped on me, but I think we want to get
all right. So the reason that you're here is not my beautiful face. Trust me. Okay. It might be Terry's, but not mine. But today, our VIP, our guest is Outdoor Adventures with Carrie. Now, I was talking to her before we went on, and one of the great things is you want to see steady growth in your channel. And about 3 to 4 weeks ago, we talked about her on one of the Shout Out Sundays, and she was at 166 subscribers. We met her at Shoot Dang Fest.
We did.
And I believe if I get this right, she'll correct me if I'm wrong, just like most women do. Is she watched the Crockers and other channels and stuff like that, and she seen that there was a meetup. Well, she's over here in OKC area. We're in Tulsa for the Shoot Dang, and she goes, you know what? I ain't doing nothing. I'm gonna go crash the party. And she showed up, and guess what? Fit like a glove. She was just a subscriber.
Yeah.
Okay, kind of like Corey and Cynthia.
Yeah.
We first met them. They were just subscribers, and now their channel is blowing up.
Yeah.
Just like hers, steady growth, and we're seeing that. So we shouted her out, and we talked about her, and she was like 166. We talked about her before, but I only have records here that I take my notes on. And then a couple of weeks ago, we talked about her again, and she was at 241. And now she's on the show, and she just broke 300.
Yep.
So I believe last time I checked, she was at 301. She has 50 videos out there right now and still working on more. She probably got more on her camera and on her phone and stuff like that. So she's been on YouTube for 4 months.
4 months.
Okay. And she must be doing something right because her channel is steadily growing. And I'm going to tell you what, I'm so proud of her. Going to a meetup to thinking about doing a channel and then pulling the trigger.
And not only did she pull the trigger, she went out and she was doing her kayak fishing, which she loves doing.
Oh, yeah.
She broke her ankle.
Oh, my God. We're going to talk about that, too.
And then she went from that to doing like comedy,
stand-up comedy,
skit
and
stuff. I love
her own
that.
News network. And
Yep.
we're going to talk about all that stuff.
It's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
So without further ado.
Oh, real quick, I wanted to mention JKS was Foreskins before.
Oh, okay.
But he changed it because everybody was cutting him short because of the name.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there were. Oh,
I liked
mods
it.
are there.
It was
Well, wait a
fine.
minute. I'm going to click on that one and
Yeah.
get rid of them. All
Um,
right. Well, good.
Anyway, so
yes.
now that we know.
Yes, let's bring her up. There she is. Hello, Carrie.
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
How are you?
So you are located in the OKC area. We
Correct.
never put out
Exactly where
pinpointed
you're at. Yeah.
information, but she doesn't live that far from our son.
True.
That's right.
Yeah.
Your channel, and this is the great thing about your channel. It's an outdoors, it's an adventure, and it's in the name. And you love kayaking, you love fishing, hiking, general outdoors and camping. You're very good at the comedy skit. You do videos. You talk about what's on your mind. So I put down the word personal thoughts, life examples, life as a single mom. You love art, you love music, and you love to travel.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to tell you something. That's all in that genre. I mean, you have so many avenues to go, and you can find all that stuff in her About tab on her channel. So I want to know, who is Carrie? Because there might be people in here that don't even know who Carrie is.
There you go. Charles said you are pretty.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
He's talking to me.
Oh, okay. You are very pretty, Mike.
Talking to you. Totally talking about Carrie.
Okay. So tell us who Carrie is.
So you actually, in your short little description, that really sums me up. All of those things. I'm a single mom. I love art. I love to experience nature, the outdoors. I like the calm part of life, which I find fishing, kayaking, getting out into the middle of nowhere. And then I also like doing the fun stuff, the music and, road trips with friends and family and, just all of it. And so I would say that's how you summed it up pretty much is me with a little bit of a twist because I can be somewhat sarcastic. I try not to take anything too seriously.
Right.
Best way. Rebecca said she knows she doesn't like cold pasta.
That's right. I don't.
And Paul lied.
What Paul lie about?
He's still in here.
Oh, is he?
Hi, Paul.
Hi, Paul. He says Carrie is beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you, Paul. I appreciate that.
So, there's got to be
Hey, Lindsay.
you've got to have pet peeves. Things that. Now, I'm going to put this out there. You did a video on this. You're a single mom. You're a woman on YouTube, and I'm pretty sure you've hit the delete button on a few comments on your channel. Okay. How does a woman deal with that? You want your channel. You're a businesswoman doing a channel and creating and stuff like that. Does it bother you to the point? I understand taking compliments and stuff like that, but you're not in dating mode doing a YouTube channel.
Correct.
This is not eharmony.com or match.com here, but some people believe it is. So how do you deal with stuff like that?
I kind of just deal with it online the same way I would deal with it in person. If somebody gives you a compliment, you say thank you. If somebody is derogatory, I will try to just remove it from my awareness. So on, social media, I would delete it. In real life, I would try to ignore it. If it persists, I'm going to say something.
Sure.
And so that was, if any of y'all are curious, I did do an attention haters video that kind of covers that. And that's pretty much, everything I said in that video, I would say to somebody directly to their face. I don't know that other people would have the gall to say that to me to my face, though. You know?
Keyboard warriors.
There's a lot of keyboard warriors out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm not a keyboard warrior. I will say it to your face before I type it.
Now, I was in your live last night, and I believe you do have a type because they were talking about it was supposed to be a bonfire chat and stuff like that, and you said, well, I can't do it. That's not the way I want to meet a fireman. So, so are firemen on your list?
I
That
mean,
was a good comeback, though, you said last night.
I like hardworking men. My mom, well, I'm not. My mom would tell you that I like short men. I don't know how that happens. It seems to be most of the guys I like are all short. I don't know that they're all short initially, like if I've only seen a picture, but probably if a short fireman shows up, I'm going to be like, I just started a fire.
Get you out here.
I've got a fire pit that's out of control.
Yeah. So, okay, bottom line, why did you start your YouTube channel?
So I wanted a form of self-expression. Initially, it was a little bit more of art and kayaking, and I had an Instagram where I was sharing like my pictures. I got amazing footage that you can't get to by hiking. Like you can't get there unless you go by water. And so I really was motivated to want to share that with people that maybe who were scared of going hiking or not hiking, kayaking alone, or maybe even scared of water in general, and just kind of share those experiences so they can kind of live vicariously through it. And it's a form of self-expression and also memories for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love to look back at my own kayaking treks. When I broke my ankle, I found myself going back to the videos I had just posted on YouTube and rewatching them just to feel like I was there because I was missing it so much, you know. And I'm really glad I did that. And I'm sure in the future it'll be that kind of way.
Well, I'll tell you what, I was going, holy crap, she broke her ankle. And you didn't just hurt yourself once. I mean, you did it twice. Okay. So there needs to be a little reflection on the flip flops and the fishing stuff too. But I heard here through the YouTube grapevine that there might be a reenactment video.
Yeah. So
confirm or deny?
I'm going to confirm. Forgotten Black Sheep is the one who came up with that idea. So I'm going to give full credit to where credit is due. But I was like, oh, you know, this is genius. That will be genius. So I'm trying to figure out the specifics. I know exactly where I'm going to go. I've lined out a couple of things, but yeah, I'm trying to figure out the specifics of how I'm going to recreate.
Are you going to do this back at the scene of the crime?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Be watching for that one. That'll be good.
Good.
Yeah.
Also, I was going to say, you're not exactly new to the whole streaming platforms because you did do Twitch before, correct?
Correct. Yeah. And Twitch is kind of a gamer platform.
Yeah, that's how I know it because I'm a gamer. So
yeah. And so I didn't even like, I'm not really a gamer. So I was just looking to stream, and I was trying to stream art, which is very much a niche thing, you know, and, but I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. I was just so nervous about breaking into YouTube. And to be honest with you all, you had to have 50 subscribers to do a first live stream on YouTube. And I never thought there would be 50 people that would want to subscribe.
Well, and we never thought there'd be that many that wanted to watch us.
But
Yeah.
I think that's the fear of a lot of people.
Yeah.
A fear of a lot of people going, well, if I go live, who's going to come in there and watch me and blah, blah. And we thought the exact same thing. And we go in there, we had 17 people in our first live.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're going, man, 17 people
That seemed like a lot.
want to hear talk to us about
Yeah.
what we do. And then it just goes. But I'll tell you something. A lot of people are so, and Paul, I'm going to torture and beat up the old English language. So many people are feared that of public speaking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But the great thing about YouTube is your whole audience is a list of channels that are over on the right-hand side of the thing. So you're not really looking at somebody, and then people start getting very comfortable in their own skin, if you will. Now, I was a drill sergeant. I can speak in front of anybody and everybody, and it don't afraid me at all.
Yeah.
There's another one, Paul. Okay. So that's one thing people, and I really, when I go to a channel, I go to their very first videos and I watch their first videos. Then I pop up to their most recent one just to see where they were down here and where they are up here after 40, 50, 60 videos. And you'll be surprised how many people, it's just like a transformation.
Mm.
You know what I mean? It's just absolutely a transformation of people's abilities when they were so afraid at the beginning. And they, like me, I was going, and that was my go-to word so I could take a second and think of what I'm going to say next.
He still does it.
I do it sometimes. So, and she did a little short on me on that. She loves, when I screw up, and I always say, hope she doesn't put this in there. I can guarantee she's going to put it in there.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, and
she
you know,
loves it.
I'm likely to screw up right now. I'm most likely to say something, you know, dumb during a live. Hey, Backwoods. Thank you for being in here. I'm most likely to say something dumb during a live because I'm still new, and particularly lives when I'm just by myself, because, you know, my brain is just kind of bouncing all over the place, reading comments. And so, I mean, for me, that's been the most, as now, like for my new learning curve, that's where I'm at, is how to think on the fly really quickly. And then also, I'm going to say dumb stuff. I'm going to make myself look dumb, but that's like, I don't take it seriously. So like, I'm going to laugh at it.
I mean, what do you mean dumb? Like the difference between World War II and the Civil War?
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
We all get that mixed up a little bit.
We all have our moments. It's okay.
Just like,
Yeah.
I did do that. I did do that, but I own it. But you know, that's also like, that's part of hanging out with me too, is that sometimes I have those moments where I'm just like, huh, you know, or I get confused. So, I mean, just be ready for that.
Yeah.
In my life, particularly.
You've lived in Oklahoma all your life.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
We moved here 2 years ago. I love Oklahoma. Okay. Not only because it's a red state,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm as red and redneck as they come sometimes. Sometimes. But what do you love about Oklahoma?
So to be honest with you, I didn't appreciate Oklahoma as much as I do now until I left. I went on a road trip. I talked a little bit about it in a live last night, but I went to California to visit family. And, you know, I loved California. I loved seeing all of the other states. But when I came back and I saw the terrain, the area I'm surrounded by, and the fact that even though it's Oklahoma City, Lawton, and Tulsa, those are our three big towns. I can drive from the north of the metro to the south of the metro as long as traffic isn't clogged in 45 minutes. It's a big, small town. The whole state is just a big, small town, in my opinion. And I love that. Not that it's a big, small town, but I like that we're still kind of in the forest. I like that, you know, it doesn't take me but 10 minutes to get to the woods or, you know, somewhere where I can be completely isolated. And, you know, it's, the people here are also a little bit different. And I think a lot of that is because living in a place where we go through so many tornadoes, big tornadoes. Because again, I've been here my whole life, and it's a pattern I see when you've suffered loss. A lot of us have. Everybody just kind of treats each other as a neighbor, and
Right.
even if they don't know you, they'll still give you the shirt off their back. And I didn't know other places weren't like that until going there, and
Well, that's something too, with today being 9/11, that was something that our country could see, hey, we can come together and help each other. And I think a lot of them have started drifting away from that again. But
Yeah.
when you're in a state like this, where you have the bigger cities that are still that small town vibe, where you can drive down the road and wave at somebody and they wave back.
Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, because I talked to people when we moved here. I talked to people around where we live in McAllister, and they go, "Oh yeah, Oklahoma City. It's crazy congestion, and it's crazy up there, and blah 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 blah." And I'm just like going, "Okay." And so we go up to Oklahoma City. We're driving around. I said, "Man, this is pretty cool. I like it." But we had just moved from a city of 4.5 million people.
Yeah. So
Well, there ain't 4.5 million people in the state of Oklahoma. Okay.
No.
So I'm just like going, this is cool.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I can say, and it'll probably never happen because it's like Denver. Everybody says, "Oh, but when they're done with construction, it's going to be a lot better." Let's turn around and let's tear up this side of town.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's the side of town you go to.
Mhm.
So when you come from like Tinker and you're coming in, ever since we've been here 2 years, we've been up there several times. It's still working on that freeway,
Still the
going
same
through there,
construction.
all the way going north on 35. I'm going, when are they going to freaking finish this?
Just
Heck, we
different.
finished our freeway in less time than y'all did.
Yep. Just different seasons of my life. They've been working, on the freeway. But the great thing about that is you can back road in the city. And I have learned especially so the highways, I work in healthcare, so I always call them clogged arteries. I'm like, oh, the city's having a stroke right now. But it happens for about 2 hours more, twice a day, but then it just goes away. And so I do all of my traveling when everybody else is gone. Everybody also goes a specific way. And so I tend to just go the way that they don't go, and I can get places in 3 times as fast.
Yep.
Now, there's one thing I cannot do correctly when I go through Oklahoma City. Yeah, I can't be live on a video in the vehicle going up 35. We're
got a
going
nice
to
tour of
we're going to
Edmond.
Wyoming, right? We're heading up to Wyoming, so we're going live, and we're going through OKC, and we're saying, "Oh, there's Bass Pro Shop over there," and we're keep going. And the next thing I know, we're over by
We're in
my
downtown
grandkids'
Edmond.
my grandkids' school in Edmond.
How
I'm
did
going,
we get here?
Where the heck am I? And she goes, "I don't know." Because I'm so used to taking the exit, it splits right there.
Yep.
35, then you come up and come around. I'm going, where in the heck am I? And then all of a sudden I see the Catholic school and the element. I go, "Hey, we're over here by our kids." And I said, if we stop, they'll never let us out of there.
Yeah, if you would have kept going, you could have got you some cold noodles.
I've had that happen before, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I was at someplace in Korea.
But yeah, I mean, it
Cold
is
noodles.
when if you're not used to it and you have to live by the freeway system where the local yokels, if you will, they know all going around. There's going to be traffic at noon because everybody's going to lunch, and at 8 in the morning and 5 in the evening and stuff like that. But still, in all, you're right. It is a big, small city.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, I agree.
It is a beautiful city, Oklahoma City. It's a lot better than Tulsa. Tulsa just looks old.
Yeah. There's a lot of green space in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, there is.
Tulsa is also like Oklahoma City is squares, it's all blocks, so it's really easy to navigate Oklahoma City because you just, you just follow the streets, whereas Tulsa doesn't follow a pattern like Oklahoma City does.
Yeah.
And so,
Like if you've ever been to DC and you go to an intersection where there's like 6 roads, 6 roads coming to an and they're going every direction. It's insane.
yeah. I
Yeah.
haven't been to DC, but that reminds me of Dallas. And
I don't recommend the DC area to anybody, especially if you're afraid of traffic. I used to work there. From my house going to work was 13 miles, and it took me an hour and 40 minutes because of the traffic. Then I learned to go, okay, I'm going to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, drive in, set at work. It'll only take me 15 minutes to get there, 20 minutes to get there. And then I'll set at work and wait for 2 hours for work to start, just to avoid that traffic. That's how much I hated it.
see, I could drive from Oklahoma City to Tulsa to the other side of Tulsa in an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that just 13 miles compared to, I mean,
Well,
Yeah, the Beltway in DC is insane.
I've always loved driving. I drove over an hour to work every day for a long time.
Yeah.
And I've always enjoyed driving. But then when we went to Korea, it was like, yeah, these people scare me. So I didn't drive a whole lot over there. I did drive, and I did drive in Seoul, which was a nightmare. But then when I got back here, I can go down to Dallas now, and it's like, who
Ain't
cares?
Well, you got to remember, so we were in a country of 52 million people.
Well, and 25 million of them are in Seoul. So.
Yeah.
yeah,
And it's
So
insane. And it's only the size of Indiana.
that's nuts.
Yeah.
I
Well,
went
and you've been
to,
to Japan, correct?
yeah, that's the biggest city I've ever been to is Osaka, Japan.
Yep.
And at that time, that was in 2008, they had 8 million people there. And like the driving was shocking to me. I was shocked that, I mean, there was just cars everywhere, but also the bicycle population was, they said it was the largest bicycle population in the world.
Yeah.
And they're just everywhere, and I wouldn't be able to drive. I was having a hard time just sitting in the passenger seat on the other side of the car. I was just like, I feel like I have responsibility here.
Yeah.
It's
crazy because it's like, they're not afraid of any, they just ride their bikes wherever they want to go and don't hit one. Do not hit one. Whew.
No. Yeah. And I took a picture of the crosswalk because, again, like I've never been to New York. I've been to LA, but still, I do think that, Osaka was bigger. They had more congestion. It's still the biggest city I've been to on the planet. But I took a picture of the crosswalk, and when the lights, like they have street lights for the crosswalk, and when they turned green, the amount of people that walked across the street was just, I was just like, where are they coming from? Like,
Same in Seoul. Yeah.
Holy cow. It was, for me, that was like going to another world.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Paul's chiming in.
What do you say?
We all know a shortish one-legged hard worker that you could ambush.
Oh, I don't.
Because you were talking about being afraid of public speaking, and Drew said, I'm scared of Paul public speaking.
Yeah.
I'm
Because you don't know what's coming out of his mouth.
do.
Yeah. So if you could, I'm going to ask you a question right now, just to get our brain back into this. If you could fish with one person, doesn't matter, dead, live, whatever, who would that one person be? You're going to go catfishing for a night.
So honestly, my dad.
Yeah.
That's an easy one.
Yeah.
Aside from my dad, probably Ronnie from Swamp People.
Really?
He is a hoot, and the man knows how to fish. And I just, I would really like to go fishing with him.
Now you're a big fan of their show.
Oh, the biggest.
Yeah.
So I don't
do that when that thing comes on.
Yeah, I don't just watch the show. I buy the season on Amazon. So I get to watch all the episodes as many times as I want. I own it, you know.
There you go.
It's my favorite show.
That's not nice, Drew.
So
You said the best thing coming out of Oklahoma is Interstate 40.
Hey Drew, my grandpa helped build Interstate 40. So you're welcome. No.
So let's talk about the incidents leading up to you breaking your ankle the first time. So I heard you say on other lives and stuff like that, because somebody asked you, oh, being a single female out there in the middle of nowhere by yourself, are you not afeared for your life or the dangers out there and stuff like that? And I loved your comeback. Okay, I loved your comeback, and you said, "I'm never alone."
It's true.
It's like someone saying, "Hey, I got my buddy Smith and Wesson. You know, we're fishing together."
Yeah.
So tell us, because I think I know why now you're in muck boots when you're fishing.
Yep.
Tell us what happened on that night, because a lot of people know about that you broke your ankle.
Yeah. So that night I was out fishing, and yes, I was in sandals. Do not wear sandals to anybody. Don't do it.
They don't get a lot of grip in the mud.
Yeah, at all. And it wasn't even mud. Like the ground was hard, you know, like it wasn't anything like that, but it was a 2-foot drop off. And so, you know, I'm like just beat bopping around. I'd already pulled out a fish. I had a fire going. I was just living my best life, you know, and the next thing I know, I stepped down to go back closer to throw my pole in. I wanted to get the bait out deeper. And when I stepped down, it cracked. And I don't really, like, there's a moment there that I don't really remember how I got onto my stomach. Like I flipped over somehow and got onto my stomach to get off of my foot. And then I remember rolling back over and looking at my ankle and seeing the huge knot. And again, like there were people at the lake. There weren't any in my direct area. So unless somebody saw me, they'd had no clue unless I screamed out. Now, I think a lot of other people's natural reaction would be to probably scream for help. But in my case, I felt like if I did that, I had no idea who was around. It could make me more vulnerable because I'm in a state where I can't just get up and walk. So I just knew that I needed to get to the hospital. I had my phone, but again, I work in healthcare. I refuse to pay for an ambulance unless I have to.
Here's advice from somebody in the healthcare business.
I know how
If
much
you can drive yourself.
or get a friend to. I mean, I know how much those things cost, you know.
Yeah,
so,
call your lifeline.
yeah.
Call a friend.
If you can crawl, crawl.
Yeah. So, but you're gonna put a video out on that, and I can't wait to see the reenactment on your face and stuff like that and everything, because I think you hurt superficially. You hurt more than just your ankle when you fell.
Yeah.
I believe you had a couple other nicks and bruises and stuff like that with all that.
Thank goodness I was wearing jeans and a hoodie. It was in the middle, or it was at the end of May, but it was a cold spell, like kind of what we're having right now. And so that's why I had a fire going, and I was in jeans and a hoodie. And if I wouldn't have been, I probably would have needed stitches.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I had cuts and stuff, but I didn't even feel any of that. All I could feel was.
Well, hell no, you broke it.
Yeah.
Your face should have been all bruised up and your ankle's broken. Yeah.
I don't think you saw it earlier, but Paul said need to do a reenactment of you with the nail gun.
Oh no. I screwed that one up. I was framing a door up for their quail hutch, and I had a hold of it, and I wasn't thinking, and I put a nail this way, then I shot another one that way. It hit the other nail, and then it came up, and it went through my finger and through my fingernail.
Oh no.
And first thing, were you filming? Tell me you were filming. I said
Did you get it on
no.
video?
I said no, I didn't get it on video. So that's a true producer of the show.
I would have had to have bleeped it all anyway. So, you know.
She assessed whether you were okay or not. And then she's like, did you get that on
I
camera?
didn't really care about that. I was still walking.
You were fine. I could tell you were all right.
So now, and I'm watching Anthony over at Country Road Cure, and he's doing stuff, and he's got his hand there. I go, I'm sitting there. I didn't know it was like a PTSD now. I'm going, he's going to drive a nail through his hand. Because he's grabbing it and gripping it and shooting it. And I'm going, I'm waiting for it.
So after spraining my second ankle while the other one was still in a brace, now a good solid month, I would find myself looking at people's ankles and I'm like, I don't know if they should be wearing those shoes. Oh, I don't know. You should really watch how you're walking, you know? Yeah. I couldn't help it. It's the PTSD thing, you know?
Yeah, it is.
Don't want to get re-injured.
No. I had a bit of that going whenever I took the dog out.
And she got face planted into the pillar.
Yeah, we've got these big posts on our front porch.
Well, it's a decorative round aluminum thing, but inside there it's an I-beam.
It's a steel I-beam.
Inside of it holding up the porch top on the second floor of our house.
The dog decided she wanted to chase the chickens that were out front, and she took off, and I went straight into the pole. So,
she's got two little nice scars right on her lip.
Oh,
I couldn't walk right because I guess I fell. See, again, you said you didn't remember how you did it. Yeah, I don't either. I went off the patio, landed in the yard, somehow messed my foot up. It was like, okay.
And my thing is, I hear she's sitting in here crying, and I said, "What happened?" And I can barely understand. And she goes, "The dog pulled me into the post, and then I fell off the post." And here's me. I start looking at her clothes, making sure before I take her to the hospital that she didn't roll in dog poop in the front yard.
I'm glad you did. I mean, it could.
My daughter Brittany's going, "Dad, she had a broken neck," and I go, "Well, you don't want to go into the hospital with dog poop on you." You know?
That's considerate, you know.
I try. So what has been you've been on there 4 months. What is your biggest lesson you've learned on YouTube so far?
I think am I echoing?
No.
Okay, good. Okay. So I think that my biggest lesson I've learned on YouTube, to be honest with you, and it's not necessarily from my subscribers. Hi, Heather. But it's from just watching statistics. My broken ankle video blew up. I mean, it just blew up.
You got to get hurt to get views.
I have 3,000 views on that. And I was blown away that as I was watching it, I was just like, oh, wow. And then the second video that had the most views was me telling the haters, giving them a little piece of my mind. And it occurred to me, you know, people really like drama. Even if they can't help it, we're psychologically programmed to click on just something that pulls our attention. We're just like, wait, we feel like we're going to miss out if we don't figure out what that was, you know, and if it's drama or a negative experience, one way or the other, you know, but that's been the most. Analytics don't lie. You know, data, you can skew data to tell a picture, but when you're looking at raw data, it doesn't lie.
Yeah, very true.
So that's been the biggest. eye opener. And I'm not trying to break any more ankles, guys.
Not for your viewing pleasure.
No.
No.
Hey, so a lot of people out there have never kayaked before. What is it about kayaking that you love the most?
Oh man. It is being on the water and going places that I could never get to in a normal boat. And also, you know, places you can't get to while hiking. You can just see so much more from a river. And I just love water. So kayaking for me is like, it's almost like an escape and a form of escape. I used to be a competitive swimmer, so that motion in there, you know, that's already built in. And so it's kind of got that therapeutic, but then I have like this beautiful scenery. And, you know, during 2020 and 2021, I found it becoming my therapy. Like it kept me very mentally healthy and had something to look forward to almost every other day, or, you know, and for me, it's kind of become my peace, you know. It's
I bet you that's a lot better than being locked up during the COVID lockdown periods and stuff like that, because you can't catch nothing out in the middle of the water.
right.
And it's I'd have to say, I mean, I've kayaked before and stuff like that, but when you're 6'4" and 300 pounds, you don't maneuver as fast getting in and out. And sometimes when you fall over in a kayak, it's kind of hilarious to some people, because, you know, it's just the way it is. So that's why I prefer to have the boat I do have.
Yeah.
Now, I can't get back in there, and I can't get the shots of wildlife and stuff like that, because I love your videos where you're kayaking and you get the film. I mean, you can float right up on a bunch of deer or birds and stuff like that. And they just say, what is this? Some big fancy log floating down the river or something like that. And I love those videos. I don't know the response you got on them and stuff like that, but it's a lot of things like people in the big city will never see.
Exactly. And
you know?
that's, I mean, once I've got my ankles back up to par, and I had thought about it, but since I'm still new to live streaming, I didn't want to chance it today. I almost took us out on the river and was on my kayak for this, because I can live stream from my phone. I thought about it, but I didn't want to, you know, test too much, but it's for that reason. Like, there's no telling what you're going to see at different times of the year. It's different things, you know, and you know, actually where I'm at, you could bring your boat up the river I go. As long as there's enough water at certain times of the year. Yeah, you're not going to want to go back certain parts, but you know, I've traveled that waterway so much. I know what's in the debris in the river, and then it moves, right? So like over time. But yeah, I don't know. There's just something about getting up into the nooks and crannies of creeks that, like, you have to push your boat because you're dragging a little bit, but then you get back there and you're just like, this is untouched land.
Yeah.
And there's something magic. I feel like there's something magical about that.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah. As a veteran, and I have helped organizations with veterans with PTSD and stuff like that. And they categorize certain people, like some people respond better when they're interacting like with horses and stuff like that. And there's programs out there to help people to reintegrate by that one-on-one feel with an animal of that size and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. There's another one's called Healing Waters, where they do kayak, and kayak is really calming to the brain, and fishing or fly fishing from a kayak is really, and we know about that. And then there's some people that will do something like hiking, not so much camping and stuff like that, but just hiking, getting their brain away from the day-to-day thinking. And when you're out in nature, I I believe every time you go hunting and you're sitting in a tree stand or you're sitting in a blind, you add years onto your life because it's just the atmosphere, the sounds is so calming. And there's a reason why they put out all these sleeping tapes or sounds. So like running water wouldn't help me. I'd have to get up and go pee. But just bird noises and whale noises and all these things are so calming when your life is so hectic in the city and stuff like that. And then taking yourself and putting yourself in the country, if you will, or even going to a park or something like that and just relaxing and stop thinking. So I think that's like kayaking. You have to concentrate on what you're doing. You're looking to see what you can see, so you don't have time to think about the rat race anymore. So
yep, it takes me out of my head for sure. And the same thing with like hiking. I will for sure. Just because I had hurt ankles doesn't mean I'm going to stop climbing mountains. I just haven't done it yet. I don't climb mountains in Oklahoma when it's hot outside. I just don't. I save that.
Is there a mountain in Oklahoma?
Oh yeah.
They're not what we're used to, but there are.
I've climbed a vertical mountain and it was tough. And it's down there kind of by Broken Bow, Robbers Cave.
Okay.
Climbed one of the hardest trails out there. And when you finish a climb like that, when you come back to reality, it makes you feel, you're just like, well, I just literally climbed a mountain. So I can handle this Tuesday or whatever,
Just real quick, I'm sorry. CNC Farm said we just moved 10 minutes from the floating capital of Missouri, so maybe we'll get lucky on some used ones, kayaks, I'm assuming. So where exactly are you? Around Steelville? I know Pulaski County, where I'm from, they had a lot of good floating rivers for canoes and kayaks.
Yeah, Missouri has a lot of good rivers for float trips, kayaking, canoeing, and stuff like that. In fact, I ran one on Leonard Wood.
Yep.
So who got you into fishing?
My dad.
He made you put a worm on a hook?
Well, actually, he made me put a weight on a Snoopy pole that I had. Actually, I think it was Ariel, Little Mermaid, when I was a kid. And he made me stand in the front yard and practice casting to the other side of the street. That was the goal, was to get it to the other side of the street. And so that was when I was like 3 or 4.
Oh, wow.
I would just go fishing with him. And then when he would clean the fish, I would sit on the counter and watch him clean every single fish.
Yeah.
And so all of the cleaning comes from, it's been years since I've seen him do that, but it's kind of like just etched in there,
Yeah.
My grandpa taught me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I taught both of my boys to fish, but when boys are small, you got their attention for maybe 2 or 3 minutes. Yeah. Then they'll find a stick and then they're going to go play Army in the woods. Well, when my boys were little, we lived in Colorado Springs and we'd go up on Pikes Peak to like Lake Catamount and stuff like that. Okay. So we went out there for opening season. And there's like a ledge of ice still around the entire lake. And I see these guys, they're just sitting out standing on the ledge and stuff. It's really thick. And so we're fishing and everything. And my son, both my boys, they were done with fishing after 20 minutes. Okay. So all of a sudden I'm sitting there and I start moving. All of a sudden I hear this bang and the ice by the shore broke. And I'm out. And it's floating me out into the lake.
Oh my!
And I have to get my 2 boys. And luckily, I taught them how to cast a pole. And they started casting their line out there. And I finally got one. And they started reeling me in real slow to the shore. I still got wet. But I said, man, I'll never do that again.
Oh my gosh. How scary.
Yeah. It was like a shotgun going off. The ice broke. And I was like floating out on a whatever they call those things in the Arctic.
The glacier?
An iceberg or whatever.
An iceberg, yeah.
Holy crap. And every time I moved, I'm like, oh.
Oh
but yeah, I think that the biggest favor you can do your children, in my humble opinion, is teach them to fish,
Get them outdoors.
teach them how to camp. I mean, I grew up. My dad died when I was 10 years old, but my dad was a cattle guy, and working is all he did. So I turned to the Boy Scouts, and they taught me all this stuff. And when I went into the Army, and they're teaching you how to do lanterns, and they're teaching you how to I already knew how to do all that stuff. Well, where'd you learn that? I said, in Boy Scouts. I felt like Forrest Gump. In the Boy Scouts, sir. But yeah.
I think that's important too. My kids, you know, they're 10 and 12, but both of them could start a fire, and, you know, not with matches. I mean, they could start a campfire, and, you know, they've actually gone to a couple of different places with like a church group or another group, and they know what they're doing. And
Right.
also something that, even though, you know, you've seen them in my YouTube videos, you know, I do like snakes. I'm not a snake hater, but when it comes to safety, I take it with the utmost importance. And so one of the first things I did was teach my children where snakes are, what to look out for, because I don't helicopter parent them when we're out in the woods. I'm like, you know, I need to be able to hear you and see you, but go, you know, go play, go
Yeah.
out, you know, and so they can survive. They needed to.
Yeah.
That's
Hey, there you
good.
go.
That's good.
Hey, so I know, and people may not know this, that you're really into art. And I know art can be very therapeutic and fun. But so I know you love art. What is it about art, and especially painting, that you enjoy the most?
It's instant gratification for me, I think. And with painting, if you mess up, you can just paint over it. There's no mess ups, as Bob Ross would say. You know, there's only happy
They're all
accidents.
happy accidents.
We'll just make it a bird, you know. I mean,
Now, Bob Ross is that guy with the afro-looking guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always thought he was, you know, snorting something or whatever, because he's just too mellow, too chilled, and stuff
you
like that.
should. I believe he was a veteran. There's a
Yeah.
there's a documentary out about him, and his hair was not like, that's a perm. His hair wasn't naturally like that.
Really?
I didn't know that. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
See, she's got facts.
I like Bob.
I don't know any guy that would get a perm like that, but hey, I guess so.
Well, back in the 70s.
Well, there you go. Just watch
It
that
was a
70s show. Yeah.
That's my favorite show.
We just started watching it again.
Yeah.
We're going through there and go, hey, there's something we haven't seen a billion times over and over. That 70s show. I've seen it one time all the way through, and it's been 6-7 years ago. And then I said, well, actually, when it first came out, so we started watching that again.
I love it.
And I have flashbacks because that's when I grew up. 'Cause I graduated in 1979, so I grew up through the whole 70s thing.
Through that time, yeah.
Yeah.
At the same time as my parents.
Thank you.
Hey, y'all
Yes.
are young.
I'm
know?
61.
Yeah.
So you're young, you're younger than my parents.
Oh, I'm younger. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm 53 now. Yeah.
But you could say, hey, what do you think about Nixon? And we could talk about it. So where do you see your channel going, like in the next couple of years? Where do you want to see? Do you think you're going to just do more of the same? Do you want to add things to it? Where do you see your channel going?
I hope my channel evolves as I do. I want it to be, you know, a reflection of whoever I am. So I hope that evolves and grows, you know, as I go on. But I also don't ever want to forget where I came from or started. And, you know, so I'm not really sure as far as like what the future looks like. I don't Yeah, a fishing guide.
That'd
Thank
be
you,
cool.
Bruce Lens. But I don't know, necessarily what the future holds. I do know that my kids will be, off to college in in less time than more. And at that point, I would like to be spending my time having fun, traveling, experiencing, maybe doing things that I can't do right now because I spend a lot of time working or, taking care of children, raising kids. So I would like to take y'all with me on my adventures and see where we end up. Who knows, it might just be down, the street on property that I've, bought, or we might be in Colorado. Who knows?
Or you may be in Fiji, which is your favorite vacation spot in your entire world, in a glass bottom hut that's over the water.
Yes, that would be phenomenal. I would love that.
Not just a hat rack, young lady.
You
Not
thinking?
just a hat rack.
You're using that noodle.
I remember. I remember what you say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's it about Fiji that really?
That's right, full blown country. Fiji is just, again, there's something about, I think it's being in Oklahoma, I kind of feel like we're on an island up here. Like there's you have to go a long ways before you get to big cities.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that about Fiji, but it's tropical. I'm a mermaid in another life, really. So, that's somewhere in me, I feel like Fiji is where my soul belongs.
Yeah. So
I
I will tell you that if you have aspirations of going to somewhere like Fiji and you're into history and all that kind of stuff, Fiji, Palau, Marshall Islands, and stuff like that, where all the World War II battles were fought in the Navy.
Yeah.
Which a lot of those guys came from Oklahoma. And why so many Navy people join the Navy from the Midwest, I have no idea.
Because they're tired of being
Well,
landlocked.
it might be, yeah.
They wanted
But-
to see the world.
That's right.
That's what my family will tell you.
Learning to scuba would be more exciting than catching some kind of tropical fish or anything like that, because there is so much to see going through there. And I mean, you're talking hundreds and hundreds of battleships that you can dive into and stuff like that. That's one thing. And you talked about it in one of your videos about they have a scuba school over there at Tenkiller.
Yeah.
Because Tenkiller, you can just see almost to the bottom of the lake and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
just an idea, because learning how to do that, because we went snorkeling for the first time. First time ever went snorkeling was in Guam.
Wow.
And it is like another world underneath there. It's just beautiful.
I didn't know you could scuba dive all of that.
Yeah.
So put that on my list, because
Yeah.
I love historical sites, all that kind of stuff. So tie that in with the tropical, and I had no clue, really. You guys, I'm about to go look this up when we get on.
I'm telling you, it's if you're a diver, that's like Mecca.
Yeah. Wow.
That is the place to go, is the Marshall Islands, Midway, all that area throughout there where all those battles were fought and stuff like that. So yeah,
incredible.
it's just something. I mean, fishing's one thing, because I know when I went to Panama for jungle training, they taught us how to catch a peacock bass. I don't know if you know what a peacock bass is. And you take string, and we used to have this thing in the olden days on our soda cans. It was called a pull tab, okay, on a metal tin can. Not one of those. It's an actual pull tab.
Oh,
And
all the way up.
you tie it next to the hook and use that for a lure. And the peacock, anything that shines, they go after.
I'm gonna have to look that up too. No.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Wow.
So
That's
that's
interesting.
Well,
I was told that if you go in the ocean, you don't wear anything that's shiny.
that's right. That's why everything's blackened.
Yeah. That's very fascinating.
Yeah.
Cindy says scuba is amazing until your inner ears can't take pressure anymore.
Well, that's true. There's some people that can't do it.
Yeah, she says, ask me how I know.
Yeah. I had a friend that was down in Honduras, and he was getting his master diver certification, and great friend of mine. And he was doing his dives, and he only had about a week left in there, and he had to get 2 more dives, and you're supposed to take a break because you have to, what is that?
Your oxygen.
Yeah, because you dive so deep.
Yeah.
You have to allow days for your body to
Readjust.
readjust
So you don't end up with
red blood cells and all that stuff. And he pushed it, and it was like a day before he was supposed to fly back to the States. People go, hey, where's Steve at? And he was in there, and he died because he pushed it too hard to get it all done.
Yeah.
And I think he had some kind of blood aneurysm or something like that in his skull.
Man.
And he was only 47 years old.
Golly.
It's deep diving can be dangerous. I mean, you got to abide by the rules, and when you go to scuba school, they teach you all that stuff. So,
Yeah,
it's with yourself.
It's in many ways, like I've always thought of scuba diving as similar to like an astronaut doing a spacewalk.
Yeah.
You're in a suit, you can't live outside of that suit, you're really dependent upon how it operates, and kind of a big deal.
So, hey, we answered all 10 questions. Okay. We've been on here a little bit longer than we thought. So you've got yourself a full hour on the shout out this week. Hey, we probably could keep talking and keep talking and keep talking, but we'll have you back on here once you blow up and you get too big for your britches and stuff like that.
We'll have to buy new bridges.
Hey, just don't forget us little guys once you make it big. Okay. And everybody has an aspiration. That would be great. Look at if you've ever seen the channel called Deer Meat for Dinner.
Yep.
Okay. Who's got 2 million, whatever the heck he's got following him. But he talks a long time ago, talked about starting out and who's going to want to watch me and stuff like that, to where he's at today, where his channel is flying him all over the world and doing all these great things and stuff like that. And it can happen to anybody.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody. So,
well, we're all millionaires now.
I know.
Yeah.
That was a good video. Yeah.
Thanks.
Hey guys, could you move over side? You're shining in my eyes. That's my camera crew. My camera crew, he's not doing his job.
Yeah.
But yeah, hey, those are aspirations, and that would be great. A lot of good friends of ours have stopped what they're doing, and they're doing YouTube full time, and they're doing great things. And that is, I am so happy for them. She won't let me quit my job until I pay everything off.
He's got to pay all his toys off.
Well, see, I think that's why she said, go ahead and buy the tractor. You didn't have to work for a few more years longer. Because I want to retire in 2 years, but now got the tractor. I got to stay.
And the boat.
And the boat.
Yeah. The motorcycle's paid off.
Yeah, that's all paid off. Right. Yeah.
Gotta have
Hey,
the
I'm glad you came on here. We absolutely love your channel. We love what you're doing. I am so proud to call you my friend. And if there's anything that we can do for you, we're a phone call away, email away, whatever. We go up there, and hopefully one day we can have lunch all together.
Not at the cold noodle place.
Not the cold noodle place. Yeah. I think the last place I ate dinner up there was at Toby Keith's.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big mistake. Anyway.
Well, yeah, please let me know. And again, the phone works both ways. So if you ever need anything, I love road trips too. I'll come out to McAllister and be an extra set of hands. So just let me know if you ever need anything. Thank you guys for
we have a guest room.
everything.
Drew can attest to that.
Yeah.
He's used to it.
Yeah. So hey, thank you for coming in here. Absolutely love you. And everybody, if you haven't gone over and checked out Carrie's page, her channel, she's also on Instagram. It's all in her About page. Please go over there, check her out, give her a chance. Check out her videos. She's hilarious. You got to watch some of those videos that she's done, plus her fishing videos. So, hey, we love you guys. We love you, and thanks for coming in.
Wait,
Thank
Drew
you.
said that's his bed.
Drew said that's his bed. Okay. That's okay. We change the sheets and the blankets
In
every
between.
time someone comes in. So there you go. We put a barrier in there.
Well, thank you
And-
guys so much for
And somebody
everything.
said Drew likes to sleep. I can test to you that Drew loves to sleep, and he likes lying about it. Oh, yeah, I got up at 10 o'clock. I said, no, you didn't. You got up at 11. Because I'm waiting for breakfast still. Sorry, Carrie. We love you.
Thank you, Carrie.
Thank you so much. Love you guys.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
So there you have it. There's Carrie.
Yeah.
All right. Her channel name is Outdoor Adventures with Carrie, or the antonym Oak. OAC. OAK.
Oh, okay.
I came up with that too. She had a little thing. She goes, "How
Where
do
are
you choose a name?" I was throwing her names left and right,
Yeah.
and she chose mine.
Hey.
There you go. So, because she really wanted an antonym. Did I say that right? An antonym? Is that like an abbreviation of words?
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Hey, smarter than I thought it was. So anyway, Oak, and we're still looking at designing a logo for her too.
Mm.
Hey, she has that Shoot Dang Ranch hat on. Maybe she can steal that idea. Sorry, I did too soon. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. Quickly, I
Yes.
wanted to say Charles at Fallen Arkansas Veterans did put out a 9/11 tribute video
Oh, okay.
this morning. Everyone should check that one out.
All right.
Also, Porter Valley Ranch also did a 9/11 video. Very good video.
Yeah.
Interviewed a person that had gone there afterwards to help. So that was also a very good video. So go check out Josh at Porter Valley Ranch.
Acronym.
Acronym. There you go. I'm blank.
What did I say?
I don't even know.
I don't either. Sometimes I say stuff and I don't even know what I'm doing.
There you go.
All right. Hey, there's Brampton Gardner.
Hey, Rochelle. She was out on a walk, she said.
All right.
Were you walking, Dexter?
Did you put a camera on Dexter? It'll
Uh,
probably blow up if this is Dexter. Dexter 2.0.
you said too soon.
Too soon. Too soon. I'm sorry.
All right. Hey, Donna.
Hey, Donna.
Little Southern
Little
Brothers.
Southern brother.
How'd you all end up? I really wanted to find out. What was your final tally? Let me know. All right. Yeah, antonym. That's what you said.
I said antonym?
Yeah, acronym.
What's an antonym?
Nothing.
I think we used that in the military.
If you did, I don't know why. I don't know.
Aren't the antonyms those one, when you get a thing of M&Ms, aren't they the smaller ones? The little
Yeah.
burnt ones that
Yeah.
don't get a lot of chocolate?
Yeah, that's,
Okay.
that's it.
Oh, okay. Antonym.
Yay, they got to 14.
14K
Awesome. So
There you
yeah,
go.
Little Southern Brothers did their fundraiser
for St. Jude.
St. Jude's, and they raised $14,000 for that.
Yes.
And that is awesome.
Thanks to everybody that went over there.
Congratulations, guys.
Yes.
Awesome. All right. So,
Antonym is the opposite meaning.
yeah, there we go.
See? School teacher had to tell me that's
Antonym.
correct.
Antonyms are opposites.
Oop.
Yeah.
She's going to send me an email.
Linda said, Mike, what did you do in the military?
I was a military police officer, and I specialized in drug suppression.
And Donna said they were 6K shy of their 20,000, but
Hey.
that's still awesome.
Hey, it was a hefty goal,
Yeah, it was, and
you guys worked hard at it.
had a lot of craziness
We did.
happen at the beginning.
If we didn't lose that first 2 weeks,
Yeah. Well, it was first week, kind of.
Yeah, we could have got
But-
closer.
Yeah.
And if somebody wouldn't have forgot,
Yeah.
I still feel bad about that.
I tried to make it up.
He was a reverse drug dealer.
Okay.
I tell her all the time.
All right.
Can't wait to retire from government life. See what the other side has to offer and move over to the dark side.
Thank you. The quail video. Hazel Bell Farm said, loved your quail video. Thank you. Yes, I did put out the last chance cook-off video this morning. I did quail 3 ways. So that's out there.
Yeah, all's right. That's what they called us.
Mike was a monkey, as we called our red cap military police.
Yeah. And the grunts. What was that saying? You can't spell wimp without MP. The infantry guys say that. Yeah. I said you can't take a poop without a grunt. So
Donna said there's always next year, so y'all can make it up and come visit.
there you go.
We would love to do that. All right. So it is 3:21.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, Anthony and Roxanne's coming on, aren't they?
They
Hey.
should be. And
Hey, Cindy, do we know if Anthony and Roxanne's going to have a
alive today.
live today? I
Yes.
don't know.
And Cindy says on the cup today is Byron at 12 Stones Ranch.
That's right.
There we go.
And he's in Texas.
Yes, he is.
There you go.
And he put out a good last chance cook-off
He
video. It was funny.
Yeah. Started talking to himself in the beginning, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Him and his twin brother, Daryl. Byron and Daryl.
Cindy said she Instagrammed them, but hasn't heard back yet.
Okay.
So we will go
You're
on
welcome, Carrie.
we will go on the assumption that they will be on at 3:30.
All right. So, hey, guys, we thank you for coming in. I'm glad you got to meet Carrie if you haven't
Yes.
met her before. She is a dear friend of ours, and she is an aspiring YouTube creator. And so, hey, show her some love. Go over there, check out her channel. Subscribe if you like it. Remember, she's trying to grow a channel with people that want to be there. And we
Yes.
talked to her about that before. Every creator wants people to be there. Just don't subscribe to them, and you never intend to watch them, because if you don't watch and there's no activity on that account for them in your name for wherever your channel is,
You get dropped off.
you get dropped, and it doesn't help the channel out at all.
Yeah.
So, hey, guys, we thank you for coming in here. We love you. Remember, be kind to one another, help somebody in need, and always, always think of that. I can't say that enough each and every time we do a video. So, hey, guys, we love you. And until the next video, we'll see you then. Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you, Brian.
Brian, I'm wearing your shirt, Brian. I'm wearing your shirt, Brian.
I'm wearing Haas tools.
I got some grapes on my chest from Brian at the Vineyard Farmhouse.
All right.
You think that'll blow up?
No,
No.
no.
See you guys.
Bye.
Please turn it off.